Before the boys of Yall Entertainment would go viral with their T-Dot Goon Scrap DVD and get to collab with the one and only Drizzy Drake.
It's a tree though,
bro. It's not a tree,
it's
bro.
a tree.
You know it's a 10,
yo,
bro.
bro, no.
Yo, Drake, bro. You know it's a 10, bro. Yo, my God. You know, bro. Yo,
it's a tree. Yo, bro, it's a tree.
Before the boys would parody Genius, GQ, and would land their own TV show Judge Tyco, bringing Toronto humor and culture to the masses.
Man, see me busting up my brain cells trying to figure out what's going on, bro. I'm here doing my thing. I'm here trying to do my job, bro. You're here just chilling,
take it in then.
Before Jae Trey Richards would collab with Boy Wonder, Honey Cocaine, King Batch, Timothy DeLaGhetto, DeStorm Power, Jus Reign, D-Pryde, and now Michael McCrudden. Alright, I'm gonna keep the intro to this video short because we did something extra different for this one. Now I sat down with Jae and Trey for a full deep dive interview on the rise to fame. And it's better than a tree, no forest for real, dog. Now if you don't know the boys from Yall Entertainment, well these men have become local legends. Or I should say these mons have. Yeah, not only are they comedians, entertainers, filmmakers, influencers, but they've also taken this city's diverse culture global. Now I'd love to be doing more interviews like this and getting some face-to-face time with the stars, but to make that happen we need your support. I need you guys sharing these videos all over the internet. Now this channel, it's a celebration of all the people who took a chance on fame and fortune and made big things happen for themselves. So hit that subscribe button, hit like, drop a comment, and here we go with the Before They Were Famous on Yall Entertainment. My name is Michael McCrudden, but come on, by now who doesn't know that? Everyone knows it!
Before they're famous.
Before they were famous about.
That was a pretty good video.
I like this guy does.
McCrudden,
cool.
you did a great job.
Michael is never wrong.
So damn, that was cool.
How did he know that? Whoa! Alright, so today is an absolute epic day. I got two local boys, legends, Jae and Trey Richards.
Come on, don't do all that to me.
Well, I gotta give you guys the intro you deserve.
Okay. Yeah, what's up, Legend Trey? Yeah.
You guys put in the hustle, you put in the hard work, you deserve all the praise and all the good stuff that's coming to you. But watching these guys, you're on TV now.
Yeah, I get that. Shit, I transitioned.
That's huge, man. The show's hilarious. Judge Tyco, obviously Judge Judy's played some inspiration in this.
I watched so many clips of Judge Judy to write Judge Tyco. Like I know every episode of Judge Judy right now.
You gave her your bird. She doesn't want to know you anymore.
Of course she doesn't want anything to do with me.
She doesn't want to know you anymore.
I honestly watched Judge Judy as a kid, so I knew everything. Like she was just so mean. I don't know how long she's old for, but bro, like she's
She's been the same for years and years. I think she's a robot for sure.
Yeah.
But you guys have like incorporated that into the show because you're not dealing with nobody's bullshit.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
The defender will be deleted off Tyco's BBM and run my man Rolex back his loot for the grad pick.
What?
And guess what? You're buying the man a mountain bike.
I think one of my favorite things is obviously you're repping Toronto so hard, but you're bringing so many like urban things everyone's talking about in the real world onto a mainstream platform, and everyone's like, yo, this is something I can relate to. This is what the guy at the bar was talking about. Shit, like that's how, for me, seeing this, I'm like, I know these buzzwords, and now I'm seeing them like play out in these comedic gems. It's brilliant content. But you guys are like finding an audience outside of Toronto.
For the longest time, we didn't want to do Toronto content because we didn't know how it would land like elsewhere, like anywhere but Toronto. But like surprisingly in the States, like they're really gravitating towards it. They love that shit. I'm like, do you understand what is going on here? But like, yeah, they fucking love it, man.
For like Jake,
most of the viewership is actually in the States.
Jake Paul was like on the gram doing like, "What's up, fams? Check out my."
Oh yeah, he was chilling with Wonder.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's what happened. It's unbelievable, and there's no doubt that like a lot of this all comes back to you guys. I want to get through like your come up and your, because I know like 8 years you guys been on YouTube.
Yeah. Are we 8 years now?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 8 next month.
Croutons. Chuck Taylors. Nothing's in his fridge.
Holy shit, I feel old, bro.
That's wild.
That's a wild journey. That's 2011. Now YouTube was like a totally different thing back then. Like
so different. I didn't even know people did comedy on YouTube.
Yeah.
I legit thought like, oh, we're the only people to ever think of this shit, like doing comedy skits on YouTube. But then we got on and we found like people like Dormtainment and Hot Damn My Rock, Spoken Reasons, and yo, those were the days, man. I love those YouTube days. But we got a lot of shit. We got a lot of shit because they're calling us a fake Dormtainment.
Yeah.
So these are guys like you worked, you like collab with these guys. Like
After, yeah. But in the beginning, everyone's like, yo, you guys are trying to be like Drum Team.
Y'all from Canada, y'all do that fake Jamaican accent with a little leprechaun on it. You know, it's a ting, fam. Oh, you cheese me, dog.
You guys are beans. I'll still bet you your team.
Looking for a pot of gold.
I think they're one of those channels that they started and they weren't serious, and then after they started like uploading more frequently. So I think they had their channel for a minute. I'm not too sure when they started, but I was watching them heavy and I was heavily inspired by them. And so when we came out and we're all the way over here in Canada, and there was like nobody doing comedy in Canada, like on YouTube like that. I may be wrong, I don't know. I probably just wasn't.
Yeah, we didn't check properly, but
I didn't check properly. Yeah.
No, I actually tried to do some rap videos. I got like 5 views.
Okay.
Like buried.
are you still up?
Yeah.
Drop the link. Don't drop the link. The link is in the bio, guys. Check the fucking bio.
You don't want to see that. Anyway, yeah. Where were those guys out of?
They were in Atlanta at the time. I think they were in Atlanta. They were all living together, and then they eventually moved to LA. But I remember I hit up Mike. I'd be like, this must have been our 3rd video, and then I just sent him the video. I'm like, yo, what do you think about this? And it's cool because a lot of kids do that to me now. Like they send me their first video saying like, yo, I'm so inspired. Like literally the same message I sent them. They gave me some tips, and then I was just like, all right, cool. And then a couple years later, we ended up working with them, and now we're really close with them. So
If y'all real Jamaicans, y'all have y'all mesh beaters on.
Bro, I'm not even Jamaican.
Oh, keep my belly cool.
So your parents are from Jamaica,
My dad's from Jamaica, my mom's from Colombia.
and they're immigrants to Canada, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad came here when he was like 7 or something. I think my mom was younger when she came here. Yeah.
Okay. So they had time to adjust to the cold. Like they didn't come in like their 30s.
Oh yeah, it still seems like they didn't adjust though. Cause my dad is like, he still freaks out about every single day like it's new.
I'm like, bro, this is
Yeah,
how long you been here, bro? Like, yo, yeah,
It's been like
it's
30
winter.
years, Dad.
Honestly, I still complain about it though.
Yeah, same.
I hate it, bro. It's too much. But then it helps your creativity because I feel like you just stay inside and work. And I feel like a lot of people in Toronto that are creatives, they go through that where it's like it's summertime, they go out and they enjoy what they put out from the wintertime. You know what I mean? They're enjoying the reception and all that because we put out Judge Tyco and we don't really see anyone. If I go to a grocery store, like some people may see me and tell me about it, but the summertime is when people catch me and say, yo, sit down, like we gotta talk. You know what I mean? So I think it kind of helps in the same way. You know, as much as we hate it kind of helps because we just like lock in and just go to work.
I think that might be the key to why so many Canadians are killing it online. We've got 6 months of nothing to do.
Yeah.
It's mostly cold here.
It's cold. Bro.
I had to go like downtown during a blizzard to report on the Toronto chair girl.
Oh, yeah, so-
It was a pretty high fall. Don't keep him all the way up there. Okay, so growing up in Brampton, I actually did some work out there with like Rogers TV. They got a station somewhere down, but like other than that, it's not like there's like much music or really anything to do in Brampton creatively.
That's why we're so creative though. Like there's nothing to do, so we sit around with our friends and record a bunch of videos for no reason and just freestyle and just make shit up and chill in the parking lot of McDonald's like for hours and just like just messing around and like that's where we got our creativity from.
A Canadian suburban rite of passage is to hang outside a fast food restaurant in your car at 16. Like
It's the greatest thing ever.
that's where all the time goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like honestly, I kind of littered. I'm sorry, but like, it was just the thing to do. You know what I mean? You're done with your
Parking lot
birthday.
experience,
Like,
you know?
this
Those
shit,
people
bro.
are back there.
Yeah. I stopped doing it when I was like 17, but like 16, I was like, yo, fuck these people, bro.
Yeah, I dropped some of my craziest freestyles in those parking lots.
Yeah.
I can't ever beat that.
If I wanted to, I could drop a mixtape right now, and I'll be good. Off rap.
We did drop a mixtape.
Yeah, I dropped a mixtape actually. Yeah.
What's that?
In 2016, we made this character called Phony G, and he was like our first Toronto character. And I made him on accident. Again, just like how Tyco came along, we were just recording something. I think it was called Types of People type skit. I think it was Types of Rappers in the studio.
Types of Rappers in the studio, yeah.
And then Jermaine was just like, yo, like give this guy a name. And he was just basically a gangster rapper that was rapping about a bunch of stuff that he wasn't really doing. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. No, I think you gave him the name.
Yeah, I was editing. I'm like, I need a clever name for this shit, man. Phony G.
Yeah, so he gave him Phony G, and then the character kind of blew up from there. Everyone's like, yo, like, do more with this guy. So we made this one skit, and then they liked it even more. Then I think we made a fake video for the song that we recorded, and they're like, yo, we need a whole album. So like, all right, we made a whole mixtape. Boy Wonder did some beats on there and shit.
Yo.
Bro, the mixtape got like over 1 million streams and like downloads like over like across like all platforms and shit. And I was like, yo, what the f-? People still ask for him to this day, and I'm just like, yo.
That's
fucking
amazing success for some like parking lot antics.
Yeah.
So did your career start off like doing more audio skits, or was it video?
No, it was just mostly just video. Yeah.
So you guys got into it like as soon as you decided like we're gonna run with this, you go right on the YouTube and the gram and everything.
Yeah. So it started off just wanting to get on World Star. Like it was a Saturday night, we were bored, up late, and then me and him were just like, yo, you wanna get on World Star? And then at the time, like I said, we were recording a bunch of videos with our friends. It was just like something that we were used to. So like we just thought, okay, let's do a comedy skit. We made that comedy skit, Cat Daddy Syndrome, terrible video. Don't go back and watch it.
Which one was that?
Cat Daddy Syndrome.
Yo, link down below. Link down below.
Some other guy, yeah, I told you guys, whatever. But Worldstar didn't like it. But then, so after Worldstar told us they didn't like it, we're like, all right, fuck this, we're done with this comedy shit. And then a bunch of our friends at school really liked it. They're like, yeah, you gotta keep going. So we're like, okay, fine.
And the collabs you guys have had, you just like dropped Boy Wonder, but we gotta talk about the biggest tree of them all. No forest. Getting Drizzy Drake in on a video. Man, I've watched that video probably like 100 times. 100 views.
Yeah, I still watch it. I probably contribute like 1,000 views.
Fair ratings for these two, man. You know what I'm saying? 3 out of 10 for sure. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. Siskel and Ebert thing, dog. Trust me.
10? You can't just lost with that 10, bro.
That's gonna be a Canadian classic heritage moment.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta give us the whole background story on that whole video, how that collab came together.
Yeah. Yeah, this goes back to my birthday. I'm saying I don't like doing shit for my birthday. I went to Hawaii for my birthday.
But for you, right?
Oh, for me, yeah. So it was me, Waleed, Jus Reign, and Jermaine, and we went out there we didn't really go for my birthday. It was just around the time we're like, yeah, this is whatever, we'll just go. And it made sense that was my birthday, but we're out there, and then I think this is when we first dropped Goon Scrap. We dropped Goon Scrap one in like
a year before.
You know, yo, watch my cuss, bro. Watch my cuss, bro. Watch my cuss.
We just dropped it because we didn't know it was gonna be a thing. And then we're driving, and then one that hit me, so she said, yo, Drake wants to sample Goon Scrap on the album. So I was like, oh, okay, that's dope. And he's like, all right, bet someone's gonna hit you. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like 2 minutes.
That's a huge message to receive.
I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was driving.
Yo, he said it way too chill too. You don't just say it that chill.
Yeah.
I didn't believe him. Like, he's always fucking around too. He's always cracking jokes and shit. So I didn't know if he's serious. Like, yeah, Drake wants to use your skit on More Life.
If I heard that Drake wanted to use before Drake was, I would have like crashed.
Yo, it's
that
crazy
car.
because he asked. He's like, yo, does Drake have permission to use your skit?
What?
I'm like, yeah.
He's like, all right, someone's gonna text you. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just expecting, like paperwork and shit, lawyers or whatever hit me up to say whatever, get everything right. So then this number texts me, and then they're like, yo, like, thank you or something like that. And I'm like, who this? And then he responded, it was Drake. And then that's when I'm like, all right, everyone out of the car. We got out of the car, we're fucking sitting up, like, we're on the beach, and we're just like standing there like, yo, what the f is going on? And then we let it process and shit. I started talking to him, and he was just going back and forth on Goon Scrap and like how he likes it, and talking about the city and shit. And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. But with music, I didn't want to get too far ahead of myself, because I understand that a lot of times people will say, hey, this is gonna go in, but then it doesn't make the final cut. Some things get taken out last minute, some things get taken out after album's out. So I'm like, yo, let me just wait a couple more days until this album actually drops. And More Life was dropping on my birthday, so I was just like, yo, this is like crazy. We get back home now, we're in Toronto, then the album drops, and we're listening to a live stream, and then it was there, the sample was there. We're just like, yo, what the f? And then like everyone went crazy. Yeah, it was just kind of like that type of moment.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
What kind of plays with that's like in like hundreds of millions, if not billions, of impressions and eyeball listeners at least. Was there any royalties, any kickback for that?
I honestly didn't want anything. Like, I think more so it was just the moment for us. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't ask for anything. We didn't accept anything. We just like said, yo, like, yeah, do that. That's cool with us. And then we just got paid off the moment. You know, like.
And then, cool, you built a relationship. You guys got to work together.
Yeah, for sure. So we had the idea, and I'm just like, yo, like, we're on this album. Like, I'm pretty sure he likes us. Like, should I just ask him? And then I was like, me and him were going back and forth, and I asked one day, I'm like, yo, you think I should just ask him? He's like, yeah, like, yo, just ask him. So I'm like, yo, fuck. I just texted him. I'm like, yo, you trying to be on Goon Scrap too? And he said, of course. I'm like, I was like, yo, what the f? Like, it was just weird to like just be texting him like that.
Tyco, chill out. All right, bro. Get your bro, man. That's a tree, bro. No forest, bro. It's a tree, man. You know what it is, bro. What's wrong with these guys, man?
Yo, he's really chill about it too, because we were like in our heads like, yo, I'm not trying to borrow this guy too much, so like all you have to do is just like send in a testimonial saying, like, you record on your iPhone, you can just send it to us and say, yo, I rate Goon Scrap, whatever. And he's like, nah, let's like shoot it. When I get back home, we'll shoot it properly in real life. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That's really the craziest part. So after we linked up, we were just like, I was just there and I'm just seeing them. I'm just like, yo, this is so weird. I think I can't remember if I met him before, but I don't think I like shook his hand and actually had a conversation with him. So I think this is the
You
first
met him
time.
in a club one time. At that,
Yeah. So
at the MMVA's one year.
yeah. So
2016.
Yeah, that was, this is 2016. We're doing something in for MMVA's when we're working, and then someone like bangs on the glass. I'm like, yo, you're disturbing us, bro. We're working. And I see it's Drake. I'm like, oh shit, it's okay. It's Drake. So he like slams on the glass like hard, saying hi, and we're like, oh, what up? And then we went to the club after, and then he was there, and then we just shook his hand real quick, but it was like way too busy to talk to him. So it was like the first time we're talking to him, so we just sat down and just had a normal conversation, but it was very different. Like I pictured, I don't know, I'm like, yo, like this is finally this moment we're working with them. But it was just mad chill. It's just like we're chilling with the homies, just drinking and shit, just talking. We did the video and like so quick. It was the show. I thought it was gonna be longer, but honestly, it was like a couple takes. I think the one that we put out was like his third take, and he wanted to do more takes. And we're like, yo, like this is golden. And once we got that one, he jumped over the couch. I'm like, bro, like,
So was it all scripted or was some of it improv?
I think most of it was improv, but there's like
The general idea is like, okay, you're gonna say this and it's gonna be funny because he says it like this.
Yeah.
So like there's like a little bit of structure, but then most of it's improv though.
Yeah. So it's just kind of, I think that's what Tyco is, and that's what
Even Tyco himself, like the name was improv. Like I was literally shooting, I'm like, yo, just give this guy a name. He's like, Tyco.
A lot of Goon Scrap is improv. Like we'll write, okay, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna fight over 2K. You're gonna say this, Marlon, Julian, you may say this, and then whatever you guys else want to add in there, you can just do it. And a lot of it just comes out and we're just like, yo, what the like? It's so hard not to break character.
Yeah.
That's the most like.
People say some funny shit, man.
I'm like, bro.
Just take you like you're off guard. You're not expecting him to say some crazy shit, but this guy like I'll be behind the camera just rolling.
Yeah, like when he jumped over the couch, I was trying to hide my face. I'm like, bro, there's way too many takes where I was just like fucking smiling and shit. I'm trying to like hide my face and shit and try and get serious, but that's honestly the hardest part of it.
So I come from like a traditional background. I did all like Drake, I guess, like Degrassi or acting in like these big scripted budget shows, and you see like there's very little room to like be free and to see what kind of stuff you guys come up with. I'm like, you guys are taking non-traditional characters like the 6 at 6 wouldn't be like you work with him a lot, right?
Yeah.
And like you guys are throwing them into these roles, and because you're doing the improv and everything's moving so freely, like this, we're seeing stuff that people can identify with way more.
Yeah.
But like it's comedy gold that you won't find anywhere else.
Exactly. Yo, these guys are talented, man. We have a lot of fucking talented friends, man. Everyone like we got in Judge Tyco, and none of these guys are actors really.
Yeah.
But everyone in Judge Tyco just like killed their roles. Like just people who haven't been in front of a camera ever.
Take this in. If we're rolling in the whip together, see, we're burning more gas than compared to if I'm just rolling dolo, no?
Barely.
I lie or I'm in a lie though?
Barely.
Am I lying or no?
Okay, no, but barely.
Okay, so swing the 8 bones for the tank.
All right, so obviously mainstream media is catching on to this brilliance. What's your relationship with Bell and Much been like? How long have you guys been working together?
Oh, that's a family. How long have you been in it? I think
This is when I feel old. I gotta say, how long have I been? Think about it.
2015, I think.
Yeah.
They're a new MCN, and then they hit us up. So I love what you do. I love to work with you guys and help things happen that you want to happen in your career. And then we partnered up, and they've been amazing since then.
So you guys go in there like you have studio space or
we did shoot. We used to shoot a group chat. It was like a talk show we had.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
We recently switched that to a podcast.
It's all about being positive, man. Group chat's in a better place.
Facts.
For those of you who don't know, like Much Music would be the equivalent to MTV in Times Square.
Yeah.
But for us, it's like, it means everything. Ed the Sock, Nardwar, they all came off this.
Yeah.
Your sister has a shoe store in Jacksonville? You're getting deep now. You're getting deep.
This is a holy girl, man. Like that, when you were just being raised here, you knew like Electric Circus was mad.
Oh, Electric Circus, of course. Yeah, my mom used to just watch that show and just hate on everyone's dance moves. Nah, she can't dance.
She's kind of killing it right now. She's busting right now.
But yeah, we used to sit in front of that building because like we're from Brampton, like I said. We drive downtown and just like sit out in front of Much. And just like, yo, I just want to do something in that building. I just want to work with them.
Well, look at you now. So Judge Tyco, are you guys doing you're taking care of all the editing, everything?
Yeah. Literally,
wow.
Everything was like on our own. Julian, Kid Studios, they helped us shoot it. And we just really came to Much with the project. And this is why I feel Much, because like you're saying, you don't see a lot of the shit that is just 100% like the creators, you know what I mean? And especially when there's budget behind it, the production company wants to make sure like, yo, this is gonna be a way I kind of want it to.
Yeah, their standards and but they didn't place that on us. They said like they offered to edit it. They're like, yo, like it's our series, so like we'll take care of it. Obviously, I'm like, nah, we'll do the editing.
They offer to help with everything. We're just like, nah, like, yo, trust me, we got it. We'll edit, we'll shoot it, we'll like scout the locations and shit. But like anything we needed, they were there for us. But
they just really understand like all the aspects of like what it takes to make something truly ourselves.
Yeah.
So like as soon as we say like, yo, we kind of want you guys to sit out on this part, or we'll take care of this, like they totally understand. They get it.
My mind is blown. Like, so you could go to school for any of this stuff because you're talking about like being your PMs, your product. What is it? Producing, line producer. Yeah. You're the directors. You're the editing. Like you are literally a one-man production, two-man production company handling a nationwide television show. This is like I went to university and college. These guys have surpassed me. This is ridiculous.
Honestly, it's just like it was one of those things where you're like you're just so in love with it, you just don't realize like what you're doing. So a lot of people like after the show came out, they're like, yo, who directed it? I'm like, what else? Like, yeah, like we're just doing shit, you know what I mean? Like it's just normal. Like we've been here for 7 years, going on 8, and we just now like got proper management. We just now like starting to build a team around us where it's like it's literally been me and him like the whole time. Like he's the camera guy, and then like I'm his Tyco.
I have a camera and I have the boom pole like this. I can't focus and yo, man.
There's shots like me dressed up as Tyco with my glasses on. I'm like, yo, like move over to the left. Like it's really just us two just doing everything. So I feel like to have Judge Tyco and work on Judge Tyco was like more of a bigger set, and there was less work that we had to do, but we still feel like we had to do it just because of that YouTube grind. I'm pretty sure you can relate to just coming off of something that you're doing alone and building a team on it. You're like, holy shit, I don't have to do too much, but like you still want to do more, yeah.
So that was like the first time not having to be on camera and make sure all the shots were good. So you could like really focus on the acting and
the amount of skill when you start something with no budget and you're always hustling. Like I do this stuff on the daily grind. You put so many like tools in your pocket. Like people walk in and I'm like, yeah, I can whip together a 4-page script in like 2 hours. I'm like, who the f are you? I don't like. You work with nothing. You turn into like. MacGyver. I can just like make stuff with nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, my hat goes off to you guys. Where can the people watch Judge Tyco?
On our main channel, youtube.com/4IE comedy.
So and then Much allows you to put it on your channel as well as they're broadcasting on television.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Really cool, man. Yeah. All my like old family get to see it on TV, and I'm chilling. I'm like, yeah, that's me.
That's the funny thing. Like my dad, I've been doing this now like 10 years, and he's like, oh, Logan Paul got in trouble because that's when he's like, that's what you do. And I'm like, bro, I've been doing this for a decade. And he's like, oh, I get it now. Ooh. So like, not until it's on TV does the next generation understand any of this.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool because I was talking to someone that's a little older than us, and we're just going back and forth with like the Toronto culture, like how it is now, how it was then, how it was kind of for us, and again, like now, like the new words coming out. And shout out to Six Buzz, they're doing a great job of kind of keeping the community alive, and just, I don't know, it's bare on that page, but like, it's just cool that when we're writing Judge Tyco, I feel like our main goal is to kind of hit every market of Toronto, and not just like the younger generation, not like our generation, and not just the old generation. We wanted to mix it with everything and mix it with new jokes for people to get it. That's even in the States, you know what I mean? Like, we wanted everyone to understand. I feel like that was maybe the biggest complication of Judge Tyco, just writing it so everyone can kind of understand it.
You bust up in the courtroom, super late, super disrespectful. You done no say me and Matt Moga are trying to touch the She's a Sweetie. That's all the way DT. Lux also has a thing and say, Catherine, you're here wasting bare time for what, fam?
Yo, how was I supposed to know that?
You're also like showcasing the multicultural, the diversity of Canada, like to the world. Like where else do you have a melting pot of so many different faces?
Yeah, definitely.
And then everyone's got their own little, like even like here we break it off in Scarborough, Mississauga. Yeah. I've never seen this encapsulated into one project so perfectly. And you're like, you're sharing this with the entire world. You guys Drake did it, but you guys are the next ones putting the 6 on the map.
Hey, thank you, man. That's big. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys for coming in, man. This has been amazing.
It's so trippy to hear your voice. Like, I'm like not trying to look at you because I'm just so used to hearing on a computer. It's exactly the same, everyone. Like, literally exactly the same. I feel like my shit is different when you hear me in person, but
I am the before they're famous guy all the time.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming in. There's links to all their social media down below. Be sure to check out Judge Tyco. Be sure to hit subscribe. Anything else you want to plug?
Yes, we have a new podcast called Random Order.
It's just we wanted to make something that was just like we're just chilling, you know.
We had group chat.
Yeah.
Can I come on it?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
I'll
yeah,
crack some beers.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out.
Yeah. Literally, we go there, we hang out. Sometimes we hang out too late. Like last night, we're there till like 3 a.m. shooting, and the conversation just kept going. We're like, yo, we have to cut.
I didn't even know
2
what I
hours
was
in.
talking about.
Good long format content, and people get to know just the real you with no guard up. Maybe if I go on this, I won't even sound like the Before They Were Famous guy.
Yeah, it's like a totally different voice.
2 hours in, I gotta drop the stick. All right, guys. Once again, thank you so much. It's been a blast, and we're gonna roll a bunch of clips of some of their stuff. So be sure to give these guys a follow.